All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We got to take a look at a video from PragerU titled, "If you can choose your gender, can you choose your race?" Now, this guy right here, Aldo, going to be walking around UCLA asking people this question, and I look forward to seeing some pretty woke, unconfrontational answers here at UCLA College. But before we start the video, just to give my 2 cents, you know, there's more differences between a man and a woman than it is between, let's just say, a white man and a black man. It's more difference between a black man and a black woman than it is between a white man and a black man. I do understand the transracial argument because when you boil it down at the end of the day, if everybody does their DNA test, ancestry, stuff like that, we all got a little bit of everything in us. You know what I mean? Like, there are white people that have, you know, African roots in their DNA. So I get the transracial argument, but we're about to get into this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe while we're watching. Now let's roll it.
What's up, guys? Aldo here with PragerU. Today I'm at UCLA to ask students about blackface and this new phenomenon of woman face. Why is it socially acceptable to be transgender, but not transracial? Let's go find out. I want to show you a couple pictures of prominent figures rocking blackface and get your reaction to it. Is that all right?
Very interesting. I did not. Okay.
This is Rachel Dolezal, who was a president of a chapter of NAACP, who identified as transracial. She said that she was born in the wrong body and that she identified as black. This is Ted Danson at the Friars Club Roast in New York City. This is Sarah Silverman in blackface on her TV show. Yeah. What do you think of when you see these images?
It's not good. It's really bad.
Do you think people can identify as a certain race?
No, I do not believe you can identify as a certain race.
So do you think identifying as a different race is offensive?
This is a very good question. I think, I don't know. You can't become something that is recognized off of skin color if you weren't that skin color your whole life.
Right, because it's biological.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that people who claim transracial are making a mockery of real black people?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about woman face. Have you guys heard the term woman face?
No.
Have you heard this term? So this is men who identify as women and then they benefit socially and financially from many cases. Do you guys know Dylan Mulvaney?
No.
So he transitioned, and after he transitioned to a woman, he has millions of dollars in brand deals. You have Leah Thomas, who has William Thomas, ranked very low on the swimmer scoreboards. After transitioning, was #1 in the country.
It's bullshit to me that you reap benefits for something you're not.
I think that is a completely different story. Being transgender is something where you can genuinely be born with different biological features or whatever, and that doesn't contribute to gender or like societal norms at all.
I think it all comes down to what's socially acceptable. You know, when it comes down to transracialism, you got things that get in the way of that being acceptable. You got cultural appropriation, racism, white supremacy. If you try to come out as a white person and say you black, or you know you should have been born in a black person's body, there will be a much stronger pushback to it. Whereas coming out as transgender, you know, saying that, you know, you're a woman but you should have been born in a man's body, or a man and you should have been born in a woman's body, you get more love, you get more acceptance. You aren't supposed to question the way someone feels inside. You know, if somebody says that they were born in the wrong body, we are being conditioned more and more every day to affirm that and to agree with that, and you know, to say, you know, hey, we can't say nothing about that. That's just how they feel. Maybe they were born in the wrong body, like she just said. But the slippery slope behind transgenderism, because everything has a cause and effect, is that there will be men like Dylan Mulvaney who appropriate what it means to be a woman and appropriate women's culture. However, it's just not as big of a movement pushing against it as it is transracialism, as it is a white person trying to pretend to be black. If everybody came out tomorrow and said, you know what, transracialism is cool now, forget about cultural appropriation, forget about racism, forget about everything. If everybody said that was cool, or if enough people said that it was cool, or if the right people said that was okay, all of them would change their tune. They would all get in line to the new, you know, the new norm, but it ain't, so they won't.
I think those are two completely different things.
Is woman face offensive?
I don't think that's woman face. I think those are people who were born in the wrong bodies, who are becoming themselves.
So if you can identify with a different gender, why can't you identify with a different race?
The biological side of it, because race has no biological connections whatsoever. It's purely based off of physical appearances.
I just asked you if it was biological. You said yes.
is recognized off of skin color if you weren't that skin color your whole
Right,
life.
because it's biological.
Or I mean, sex has biological backings, but gender is not. Gender is a spectrum.
Why is it socially acceptable to be transgender, but it's not socially acceptable to be transracial?
I think that's like they're very different things.
I mean, and you know what's funny is that the woke people, I'm just calling the wokies, they say that race and gender are both social constructs. So so if race and gender are both social constructs, if you could be whatever gender you want to be when you wake up in the morning, why can't you be whatever race you want to be when you wake up in the morning? I understand why they asking this question. I really do. And it's because it's designed. This question is designed to make the woke people trip upon their own beliefs and the things that they claim to be true.
I think that, like, I don't know how to phrase this in a way, but I would say like is.
I wouldn't say I'm educated enough to have the proper definition of like separating the two.
But what about like how Rachel Dolezal, she said that she was born in the wrong body, that she really is black. Why is that any different than being born in the wrong body and being a woman or a man?
I don't know how to explain it, but I know that it is.
I feel like people, they have the freedom to do what they want.
Is that an endorsement of transracialism?
Got him.
Kind of got me, huh?
Do you see the hypocrisy here?
I do see the hypocrisy, but I don't think the hypocrisy is like, I'm not trying, how do I phrase this?
Maybe it's like, if I want to be a dragon, I can just be a dragon or something.
Why is it socially acceptable for people to identify as a different gender, but it's not socially acceptable for people to identify as a different race?
Well, I don't know. That's a great question.
I hear a lot of people on this campus today that say the black face is wrong, but the woman face is totally acceptable. Why is there a double standard for race and gender?
That I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I mean, woman face is not acceptable. Once there's a big enough collective pushback from women towards, you know, the men who try to appropriate what it means to be a woman, then maybe you'll see something changing. But we've already went down the road. We've went down the path of affirmation first. I know now and have known in my life white people, Mexicans who fit in with blacks better than some black people fit in with black people. And you know, they get the pass. You know what I'm saying? They get that card. They are you know, infinitely welcome to the barbecue forever, for life. But we would never accept and say that they are actually black, though. You know what I mean? Like it's a gatekeeping that's being done where, you know, you could be invited to the barbecue. Okay, cool. You know, you accepted around here, but you're not black. However, when it comes to the woman face thing, there really isn't that. There isn't a strong enough gatekeeping when it comes to being a woman. We allow and have allowed for men to say that they're women, and not only do we allow it, we tell others that we have to believe it, reinforce it, and affirm it, because gender is all a social construct. But if gender is a social construct and race is a social construct, it should be the same thing, right? Or wrong? Let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. Yeah, interesting video. It's funny to watch these kids, you know, trip up. But that's what the question was designed to do. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe when you're about the door. Until next time, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.